We have another instance of a Trump witness crashing and burning this week when confronted on the substance of what they're doing. Russ Vought, who directs the Office of Management and Budget for Trump, was questioned by a number of members of the House of Representatives. And one guy who did an incredible job is Democratic Congressman Mark Pocan. The subject matter was the big, beautiful bill, also known as the "well, we're all going to die eventually" bill. Here is Pocan really just dominating here.
CBO disagrees with your analysis. Yale and Penn said 13.7 million people will lose health insurance. You also said this won't increase the debt. Is that correct? The bill
will not increase the debt. It will lead to reduced deficit.
That is a lie.
Cato Institute disagrees with you. Moody's disagrees. The CBO disagrees. Senator Hawley and Senator Rand and Senator Collins disagree. Elon Musk disagrees. Virtually everyone on this side of the aisle. So you're saying everyone is wrong, but you are the right one, that this does not increase the debt?
I'm saying that all the watchdogs, including the Congressional Budget Office, use a skewed vision of a view of what the baseline is.
They were less than a few percent wrong last time on your tax bill when they predicted it almost dead on. So you're saying this time there's significant changes and they don't know what's going on and only you do. Is that correct?
I'm stating that they use a baseline.
You disagree with the Cato Institute?
Yes.
And Moody's?
Yes.
And Senator Hawley?
Senator Hawley has a view as to the Medicaid programs that we are working with to articulate why we believe that these reforms do not hurt the beneficiaries that are involved.
I'm over time.
That is all completely untrue. Mark Pocan is correct. Russ Vought is wrong. You don't have to believe me. Go and look at the Congressional Budget Office evaluation of the bill. Take the bill, run it through one of these AI chatbots and say, using economic scholarship, analyze this bill and tell me what the effects are likely to be on the macroeconomy. There is no way to spin it. Pocan is right, and they're just lying about what this bill is going to do. Pocan didn't let up. He started asking in more detail about how many federal dollars are even going to get undocumented immigrants Medicaid anyway, because this is a claim that the Trump administration is making. This doesn't go well for Vought either.
It's going to make somewhere between 11 and 16 million people lose their health care. I know you said on a Sunday morning show no one will lose coverage as a result of this bill. Is that still your standing?
Which one of those would you like me to take?
The one I just asked. I'll ask it again. I'm sorry if I wasn't clear.
The bill does not lead to less coverage for Medicaid beneficiaries. It has improper payments, and it leads to the fact that people who are ineligible because they're illegal aliens or because they are unwilling to work.
Do not get federal dollars for Medicaid, correct?
That's not true. They get them in many different states, including California.
Federal dollars?
Federal dollars. Using
provider. State can provide it. Are there any federal dollars?
Congressman,
how many federal dollars, then, since you're the expert, how many federal dollars go to funding illegal aliens getting Medicaid?
Now, understand, before you hear his answer, there is some nuance here, because what a lot of these people want to argue is, even though it seems like these are state dollars, they are state subsidized, they are federal government subsidized state programs. Therefore, it's sort of like the money really is coming from the federal government.
Congressman, because of the money laundering.
It's a number. It's a question. It's a number. How many dollars go to illegal aliens, federal dollars, for Medicaid? It's a simple question.
It is not actually a simple question, because Congress.
All your secretaries have a hard time with simple questions lately. I got to tell you, it is a simple. But you were saying that it's true, so we will. If you can get back to us with that amount, how's that sound? How much federal dollars?
I'm happy to get back to you about how the bill works and getting rid of the money laundering schemes.
So a lot of people.
He's not going to get back to him with the number of federal dollars. Pocan's really good at this. And then finally, remember how Trump was going to decrease the deficit and cut spending and all this stuff? Pocan gets Vought to admit, year over year, the Trump administration is spending more money than the Biden administration did during the same period last year. Critical admission, by the way.
Support the efforts of DOGE, I understand. Is the federal government currently spending less this year than it did last year?
No, it's not.
That's a huge admission. Huge admission. Federal spending is up.
Right. And part of that is because you've sent us a rescission package worth $9 billion that goes after Big Bird and Cookie Monster, but you've added $200 billion to defense and homeland security. You've also, the bill that you just said the White House supports is going to add, depending who you talk to, $2.4 trillion to $5 trillion to the national debt. It's going to make somewhere between 11 and 16 million people lose their health care.
This bill in its totality is a debt bomb that disproportionately helps the very wealthy. Now, that is not a moral statement. That's just an analysis of what it is. You could hear that and say, oh, David, I love that. I don't care about the debt, and I want to cut taxes for the very rich as much as possible, either because I think it's good for the economy or because I like it or because I'm someone who would benefit. Okay, well, you can have that debate. But that is a separate question from what does the bill do? So I encourage people, take the text of the bill, run it through ChatGPT and say, give me your highest confidence, high, medium, low confidence assessment of how this bill, if passed in this form by the Senate, will impact the macroeconomy of the United States. Don't take my word for it. All right, so we all know Alexa listens to us, recommends products based on our conversations. Meta retargets us based on our browsing and engagement history. Have you wondered what ChatGPT and Claude are up to with your conversations? We feed so much of our information to these AI chatbots, thoughts, dreams, sensitive questions, business ideas. They take the information, tie it to your identity, and they can sell that to third parties and governments. ChatGPT has the former director of the NSA on their board right now. That doesn't feel awesome. It took us a long time to truly understand what social media companies were doing with our data. We don't have to make the same mistake with AI. And that's why I've started using Venice AI, a generative AI platform that is private and permissionless. They don't spy on you. Venice AI won't censor the AI. They have a safe mode, which you can turn off for both text and image generation. Messages are encrypted. Your conversation history is only stored on your browser. I love the Pro plan because I get upgraded features like uploading files, unlimited text prompts. Check it out. If you want to use AI without censorship or fear of handing over your most intimate thoughts to a corporation or the government, go to venice.ai/Pacman and use code Pacman to get 20% off their Pro plan. The link is in the description.